What is up, Cabbage Crew? It is Matt and John here. We are reacting to Dragon Prince Season 3, Episode 6, Thunderfall. I like the title. I have no idea what it's referencing to, but I like it. I like where we're going. Guys, if you want to continue watching all of our reactions of Dragon Prince and our reviews of Season 1 and all other reactions that we do and podcasts that we do and other things that we do, please subscribe. We do appreciate all the support. John, where are you in this season? You liking it? You loving it? Where's the roller coaster at?
The roller coaster is just going straight on up. It hasn't gone down yet. It's been on an incline.
Been on the incline, hasn't fell yet. Okay, cool. I will say last season, right around now, is when it got really good, right? It was like right around. I feel like every season starts pretty good and has a little hiccup in the middle, and then gets better. Or starts strong, has a down. That's why I said roller coaster, because it either starts high and then goes down and then goes back up. Like Season 1 kind of started kind of mid and then got up and then went down. Season 2 is the opposite. It was it started kind of meh and then it got really good and then it kind of peaked around episode 6. And I agree with you. I think this season, as of right now, we're going up.
Yeah, I'm just nodding my head and just in agreement. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think this season has not even had that little beep. I don't think I don't think it's had that at all. It's just like I said, it's been on that incline, and we got relationships. We got Viren and his tactics and his strategy taking over, and then you got Soren and Claudia, who they're bound to. I mean, so we know Soren's a good guy now, or at least because he has a good heart. And then Claudia's still. I think she's a good person, but she still has an attachment to her dad. Just because, I mean, who doesn't, right? I mean, it's your father, but I think she'll come around and just totally blindside him, because I think he's I got Claudia at the back of my hand. Soren's a doofus. He's not
underestimating them a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. So I'm excited for where this takes us. So
yeah, and I think Ezra's on his way back to the main group. Which I thought it was gonna be kind of a sour taste in my mouth with the two groups, or the main group splitting up, but it's been pretty smooth. With Ezra kind of being back with the castle and with Claudia and Viren and all of them, really. Soren helping him, and then the main group kind of staying on their own. So yeah, where we're heading in this season. And I'm ready to go when you are.
I am ready to go. Don't forget to comment below.
Yep, comment below, subscribe, do a little bell thing, everything you want. Oh.
Wake up, love bugs. This is your
stop.
stop.
Oh, wow. We're in Season 3 right now.
So, again, thanks for not killing me, for conning you and then betraying you, stealing your dragon and leaving you stranded in the desert. No tip? I suppose that's fair. A word.
Fifi, you've been flying all night. You must be exhausted. Are you sure you don't want to stop and rest? How are you tired?
Smoosh that thing?
Do not smoosh the purple creature. Think of it as my animal familiar.
So you're saying you've adopted a little bug pal?
Oh, yes, Soren. He is my little bug pal.
He's like, what in the hell is that?
That eye thing just creeps me out every time.
Thunder killed.
Thunderfall.
The love
Thunderfall.
of King Hero's life.
Yeah, Thunder.
Sarai. Many years
Okay, so that
passed
was
before I saw
yeah,
a chance
that makes sense.
to avenge her.
Mm.
I smell him. I sense his grumpiness.
I sense his grumpiness.
We can avenge her, Hero. We can slay the king of the dragons.
Yeah, so the murder of
Thunder
the
is
Dragon
bigger and
Prince
stronger
was
than any
like
beast
super
the world has ever
recent.
seen.
Mhm.
Entire
Or the
armies have
Dragon
fallen
King.
and crumbled like toys before him.
The king
What
of
can we hope
dragons.
to kill such a...
I watched as her spirit passed from the world.
Go on.
In her final moments, I captured something that I hoped we could use later.
Mm.
Mm.
It's empty.
No, it contains her dying breath.
Viren.
Oh. Oh.
Something impossibly rare. Horn of a unicorn. I searched for years and I
I summon Horn of the Unicorn!
The dying breath. The unicorn's pure horn. There's one last component I need.
What about that? What about that never missing arrow spell?
I know your heart still burns with anger. Avenge her, Hero.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's been a long time. Our team's prospering. His my boys, growing up. That's why they focus on these lessons. She didn't get to see Prince grow up. She should have. Yes, it's true. I know him. I brought him much love.
Let me do.
I hate to pick him.
No, let's talk about that flashback. Yeah, so yeah, I always kind of forget that the events that the beginning of the series told us about happened like probably a week or two before the series started. I always think like, oh, they killed the dragon, you know, the king of the dragons, like 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago or a decade ago, and it's like, no, like this happened like a week ago,
Right.
You know, you see Ezra in the same age. I mean, that was probably Ezra 3 weeks before the series started. So, but yeah, it's interesting. I'd like to know how maybe Claudia got that unicorn horn. But it is interesting that Harrow chose revenge for, you know, what seemed like, I would say, maybe close to 5 years. Maybe more than that. How many years do you think it was since his wife died?
Between 5 and 10.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming, Ezra was still a baby, right? So
probably like 2 or 3. Yeah. So it's probably 5 years then.
Yeah. I mean, Ezra looked like a baby. So he's like, what, 9? 10? 8, 10? So probably 10 years ago. But yeah, and an important flashback. I do like how they're doing it. Yeah, maybe this episode will be a big flashback about Thunder. While we kind of get Ezra to catch up for the group. What are your thoughts?
I don't have any thoughts. No, I think I'm just curious on where this is heading, because like obviously they're gonna show the scene of Thunder like getting killed. Like,
Yeah,
they're going to. So because they are leading up to it. I wouldn't be surprised if Harrow's there with Viren, and he's like, "Don't do it" at the last second, and then Viren does it anyway.
See, I think Harrow's going to do it because they want revenge on the king. The Mood Elves wanting revenge on the king. So
it's true.
It is interesting.
Maybe the Moon Shadow Elves don't know though.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is interesting how this seems like almost a part 2, almost like a part 3 to the 2-parter we got last season. this like continues that story. So that's probably pretty neat. About the death of his wife, but
Do I detect a little accent? Ooh, let me guess. You're from that one kingdom. You know the one I'm talking about. The Noodaloodlia.
What, Italy?
Neolandia. Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. Noodaloodlia.
Noodle. He's like, I'm gonna show
I
you.
have a feeling these two aren't going to get along.
You got us to Zadia. We can find them on our own now. You need to go home so you can rest and get better.
Bye.
I know Lujin told
She's
you to
gonna leave
bring
her
me
there.
all the way.
You look exhausted and sick. He just leaves them. Go hide in a tree for a little bit, and you can head home. Did her hair change?
No.
Is it because she used dark magic? I don't know, man. I really think she used to have all black. I think she gained that white hair from using dark magic.
I think she's always had it.
He's talking
Yeah.
to his little bug pal.
Where we expected to find him.
That was a good cut with him running across. That was an interesting cut.
No. If he's not protecting the border,
That was a great cut. That was
it's
great.
because he's protecting something more important.
Today of all days, I will spare you. But you must turn around and leave Zadia. Now.
Zim's getting hatched. Zim's getting hatched.
No.
Oh, nope,
Today
never mind.
is a special day. A day of life. Do not force me to make it a day of death.
Oh. You were right.
Oh, they're trying to a rock or something? This is a cool spell. Is it making him into rock?
Turns into
Or
stone.
is what? Oh. Dang.
Done it. It's over.
That's how they did it.
No, it's not.
What do you mean?
The reason he was here, and not at the border, he was protecting something.
From a baby dragon?
After what we have done, his name will be vengeance. His destiny will be the destruction of humanity. Give me one chance to clean this up. And then it will truly, finally be.
He has a point.
It's horrific, Viren.
He has a point. The anti-hero, the villain in this show has a point.
It does. What wasn't it doing back then?
Oh!
Back then was like a week ago.
Arrow backing him up.
Is it?
Oh man, so is he still there
my
like that?
goodness. Wow.
No, it's not a statue.
That's him.
Hey, it's okay, little guy. You're safe. You're safe. We're here with you.
What an incredible story. I'm delighted you took down that arrogant monster.
It sounds like you have a history with Airbender.
See, is he riding a horse in his room right now?
Yes.
Order. After all, Impassable is just another kind of passable.
Yes.
I love these play on words.
Fifi? Oh no. She flew the whole way here.
Did he just
Did
die?
Did Fifi die of exhaustion?
Did Fifi
Did
just
Fifi
die?
die from just flying a lot? I was gonna say, why didn't he do that originally? But I guess that's why. Wait, you're saying Fifi just died?
I think you mean when Fifi died.
How'd you? I wish they did something else. I don't buy that, man. You're saying Fifi died from being tired.
She's a moon phoenix. When the time is
A
right,
phoenix
she'll
to
be
rise
reborn.
from the dead. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay. The crossing is where. Was it what Aunt Maya was?
I want to say yes.
So, couple issues I had with
I
that last
paused it.
scene.
I paused it.
Yeah. So a couple issues I had with that last scene. You know how I am with a man with maps, as I have a map behind me. You know, it's like, so he caught up to them in like a day. Like he rode Fifi. He went through, like he went all the way there through the desert. Now one of our subscribers did point out when I said something along the lines of how did they get a pirate to cross? How did Soren and Claudia catch up so fast? And they did make a point that they even talked about it, and I will admit I got that wrong, that it was more of a large lake. And they said we could go around the lake, but it would take like a whole week, or we can go through the lake, and that's when they got the pirate. So on horseback, it might have only taken like 2 days for Soren to go around. Which, okay, fair enough. But I don't know, man. Like, like Fifi caught up to him. Why was their initial plan not let's ride Fifi the entire time, or at least to is it called Zadia? At least to Zadia. I don't know, man. Sometimes the map part of it is like a bit off.
Just slight plot convenience.
Yes. Which I'm okay with the show doing it once in a blue moon, especially at the end of a series, because you can always make the argument, like, for instance, at the end of Avatar Last Airbender, it was like, oh, Abba sure did go from that city, that city where they found, that city that they were at, the beach to Ba Sing Se within like 2 days.
The Ember Island.
Ember Islands to Ba Sing Se within like 2 days. My argument would be they went a different route. They went the east way, which is actually really close. So they got to the back of Ba Sing Se, as well as like they knew where they were going. Now they weren't lost and confused and walking. Like season 1, they talked about how they were lost pretty much every episode.
Yeah.
So like, but I don't know, man. Like I could spend an entire episode talking about this. And just Fifi dying like that because of exhaustion. Like I don't like it.
Well, maybe it's like a phoenix, right? It's like maybe Fifi used up a lot of energy. She's older, and then so like if you use a lot of energy as an old person, like odds are you might have a heart attack. Like that's just the way life is sometimes.
Or maybe those birds only have an X amount of energy they can spare until they die, and Fifi knew that it was this journey that was okay. They could have said it then. Yeah. Like if he could talk to the birds, why couldn't he have just said it? Oh, Fifi's running out of energy. You should go home. And Fifi looks at him and is like determined. It's like, but you'll die. Fifi's like, no, let's go. Yeah, it's like, okay, fine. Like they could have been something, man.
I also wanted to make a comparison in the one of the beginning scenes where Viren's convincing Hero to go kill Thunder.
Yes.
It reminded me a lot of Hama trying to convince Katara to like kill some firebenders when she tells Katara like, think of what?
No, go ahead.
Where she's like Katara, they try to wipe us all out. Your mother, like trying to have her be convinced that what Hama's doing is okay,
and to make it personal by leading like, okay.
I got Hama vibes in that discussion.
See, it's interesting because this again was only like, let's say 2 weeks before the series started. And it's like he doesn't seem too evil. Like he seems like he's trying to do the right thing. He doesn't. I mean, you know, right now he doesn't seem too bad. I mean, he makes a good point. Like, oh, we let this egg hatch, man. Like it's gonna be taught. It's just gonna come kill us.
I agree with you. It's a good point. I agree with you.
Like, you know, and so, yeah, I don't know. Really like the story. Kind of think it's sad that he like is a stone like that, and now they see him. I thought that
was bad. I got emotional. It reminded me of Brother Bear.
Never seen Brother Bear, but yeah, that was done really well. So, all right, this is the bridge Antamaya broke, correct?
I thought it was.
Or is this? No, this is what they crossed at the end of last season, correct? Maybe. When Zim finally flew. I don't remember.
I feel like that last scene was very Prince of Egypt inspired. All right, Cabbage Crew.
All right, yeah. So I mean, we pretty much finished up. I thought there was gonna be a couple more minutes, but yeah, overall, like the episode, I feel like I kind of like Avatar. I think this show does its best in flashback episodes.
Yes,
lore, kind of showing us how we got to episode 1, and I think this episode just is another example of that. I think they showed the story of how Hero got, I guess you could say, revenge on Thunder. I think they showed that story really well. Really liked, I mean, even that last 3 minutes, the emotion part of it. You know, he makes a point like this is our time to break the cycle. I've always liked shows, movies, however you want. You know, Avatar does this, you know, where it's like we're on different sides. Let's come together and, you know, do different than our ancestors did. Even like anything that has to do with, like, I thought this person was evil, and now that we're together, I realize that they're not as evil, and that the people that they are with aren't as evil as I thought. You know, and that's kind of what this is.
It's redemption.
An elf, a human, and a dragon. Yeah, redemption. However you want to see it. I mean, it's an elf, a dragon, and a human. We are supposed to be kind of all three of them, all at odds, kind of. And all those races, now they're all coming together doing one thing. Jojo Rabbit's another one that I can think of that did a really good job doing that. Just stories about kind of that always resonate well with me. So
yeah, no, I don't disagree. What
about you? What overall episode?
I agree with you. I mean that's what you and I like bond over in terms of like storyline and plot is like the flashbacks, the explanation of how how did we get here, and the overarching overarching
overarching. I think it's overarching.
The overarching. No, that doesn't sound right.
No, the overarching. Whatever. Continue.
The overarching of like the plot of each episode that connects with each flashback is important because like we have questions and those flashbacks answer those questions that we have, and it's like, oh, so this is what's going on, and oh, this is why that happened.
Yeah.
And then it comes full circle at the end with, and this is how we move forward.
Yeah, and I mean, really, all the great stories do that. From even like shows like Breaking Bad and you know, we talk about Avatar: Last Airbender, where they it's not like a linear story. I love the Saw franchise, horror franchise, and it's like it's not a linear story. They're telling a story, but like very much. And I wouldn't say that these shows are doing that. They're more just flashback episodes. But I think a show is done really well when they know there's a beginning, middle, and end, and then they know where to fit those episodes. Because a normal show, it's like if they didn't have that idea already built in, episode 1 would have been this event, right? And then we would have been like, oh, that's how the war started, awesome. And then episode 2 would have been, they would have went back and been like, well, we really regret it. So it's really nice to see a show kind of introduce you to steps, and you're kind of learning as you go. And I think we're at this point in the show where, you know, we're kind of at the peak of where it's going. And, you know, some of the commenters I remember early on were like, you know, you'll see where things go, and how dare you say someone's name wrong, and you know, a lot of like, you'll see, you know, you'll see you have to pick up the pieces, and we're kind of now at the part of the show where like the pieces are now getting picked up, and there's still more on the ground, but we're understanding it.
Right. Sometimes we'll pick up pieces of glass and we'll hurt ourselves because we can't remember everything, but that's beside the point. And
sorry, yeah, understanding it. Go ahead and say what you had to say.
I said it's like picking up. You know, sometimes you said like we're starting to pick up some of the pieces, but and I'm like, yeah, and some of these pieces are made of glass, and we cut ourselves, and we did things wrong.
yeah. Well, some of the pieces were made of glass. They were, and I will say it comes back to they did it in this episode. Sometimes something's introduced to us, and I will point it out, and I'll be like, that wasn't done well. But I get why you did it. Like, for instance, the bird dying. It's like, that wasn't done well. But I get why you did it, because now if they had just had this bird with them, they could, the traveling part is over. You know, now they could just fly up there and be there in 20 minutes, you know? And so, like, I understand why they do certain things. It's just I wish they did it in different ways. But, again, sometimes if a writer's writing something, and I'm not a writer, so I might be completely wrong, but sometimes if a writer's writing something, I think the story and the plot is the most important. And if you and one of the details isn't 100% perfect, that's okay, because they have it's kind of like we always talk about the MCU. I've always talked about the MCU, and it's like one individual movie doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to stick to the script of the entire larger story. So, you know, you might not love a movie like Thor: The Dark World or early on, but they had their goal of what they needed to do in the movie. And it's kind of like this. I feel like that's kind of like this series. It's like you might not love an episode or a plot line or something, but they have such a large story that they're telling that certain things might not be perfect, but it's like we got to get there, and we might not do the right things getting, like, there's been so many times where I've said the traveling part, it's like there's been so many things where I did just like a thorn in my side, where I'm just like, really? But they needed Ezra to get back to the group,
right?
So it's like, you know what, it is what it is. Like, you just gotta deal with it. So yeah, that's kind of my long-winded answer of that.
Understandable.
Well, guys, comment below, by the way. We love you guys commenting below. But comment below. Is it arches or arc? Is Is it arc or arch?
Is it overarching or overarching?
I think it's overarching. Yes, comment below. We love you guys commenting. And
yes. And then please subscribe. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell the man down the street, tell your coworkers, tell your boss, hey, I want that promotion. Please subscribe.
Please subscribe. All right, guys. See you next time.
Bye-bye.